Good evening and welcome to this channel about past lives and reincarnation. So I want to talk about phobias. I got a question about it. Do you develop phobia because of something that happened in the past life? That was basically the question, I think. So I want to tell you about one of my phobias, right? I had it, definitely. I don't think I still have it. But I had it. I was very, very nervous about something. And this was the thing. I didn't want to make a woman pregnant. Terrified me, this idea. I didn't know it, see? It was just something that happened when I got close to impregnating a woman. And of course this was a problem. Still, I became a father when I was pretty young. See, I married this lady and she really wanted a child. And I wanted a child too, of course. She made me relax about the thing. So I became a father. Right. But I was so nervous, it was ridiculous. During the pregnancy. And during the birth, of course. I was terrified. Right. I'm not proud of this at all. I was just stupid. I didn't have any control over this at all. Right. So then many years later, actually maybe 5-6 years ago, I found out where it came from. And it's a past life. And I want to tell you about it. So I was a baker in France, in Paris actually. This is 1600s. And when I started to memorize these things from this lifetime in Paris, it was for another reason, see. I just saw these things because I like to make bread. I like it, see. And I was wondering about it. Why I liked it so much, and then I started to see these pictures, these memories from a bakery. I was working in a bakery and I could smell the flour and I could see there's quite a few of them working there. I think maybe 12 people in this place, and we are making bread. And then there's a girl there, right? And I really liked her and I fell in love with her. And she fell in love with me, right? And we left that bakery and started our own in Paris. And I remember this very well too. It was a very good time. We were happy with this. A lot of work, of course. But she was fantastic, especially with the customers. See, I was a good baker. All right, and then she got pregnant, and then she died during birth. And the child survived. It was a boy. She died, and I was totally devastated, totally. And I just lost it. I became very stupid, you know. So I stopped having contact with my son. I turned him over to her parents. And I became like a criminal, basically. It was a terrible lifetime. One of the worst. So this is where it came from. You see? And you know, this is what I have observed about phobia. It needs to be something big if you are going to develop a phobia. Something really terrible needs to happen. That's what I believe. That's what I have observed. No, I remember the last time I saw somebody with the phobia. It was a lady. And it was summer and we were swimming in a lake, me and my girlfriend. And there were some other people there, and there were people on the beach. And then there was a snake coming, swimming in the water. And, you know, people stopped to watch it. It was swimming, it looked pretty nice. And then there was this lady up on the beach, way up there, you know, and she was screaming her lungs out. And I remember watching her and other people watching her, and it was very dramatic. See, she totally lost it. So in order to develop such a phobia, something really terrible needs to happen. That's my observation. No, you can say, well, I happened to see a snake when I was 5 years old. No, doesn't do it. What I think possibly is this. Well, it's a possibility that you have something very bad happening in one lifetime, and then something can happen in this lifetime which sort of triggers it, you know. Let's say you were killed by falling, right? You fell long distance, you were killed in a past life, right? And then in this lifetime you're standing on a ladder and somebody happens to bump into the ladder, right? And it wiggles and you're standing up there and you get very, very scared, right? And that incident with the ladder is not bad enough for you to develop a phobia, but it will trigger the earlier one, see? And I think you can feel it when this thing happens. This incident sort of grabs hold of you, and you are terrified. See? That's what I believe. That's what's going on. Right. So, definitely, I think all phobias come from past life. All of them. Well, it's possible, of course. Something very, very bad can happen to you when you're young, when you're a kid, and you develop a phobia. Of course, this is possible. But I think it needs to involve death. Actually, I do. I'm not sure about it, but I think so. You actually need to be killed by the thing, the spider, the fall, or whatever, right? Now, in this lifetime in France, when I was a baker, this incident with my wife dying in birth, during birth, it actually killed my life. Yes, it did. Well, I did it, of course, but it was the factor, the big factor for my life turning into something terrible. Right. Okay. I don't know if I still have this phobia, by the way. I don't think I do. I feel more relaxed about the idea of becoming a father. Really. So I think I handle it. Right. Be good.